Welcome everybody, this is Alex from The Consultants, and today we'll talk about project status reports. In this video, you will learn the purpose of project status reports, common mistakes people make, what content needs to go into a good project status report, best practice examples you can download and use on your own, and a checklist for your next status report. So let's jump into it. So, what are project status reports for? All of you working in a corporate environment or doing projects for clients will need to give project updates from time to time. For some, this may feel like a recurring pain in the butt, while it actually is a chance to shine and impress. Lots of project reports I've seen throughout my career do more harm than good, as they raise more questions than they actually answer. A project status report is a high-level overview describing the progress of a given project, particularly what has been accomplished, what problems need to be resolved, and how the project will develop over the next couple of weeks or months. It should provide quick, precise, and understandable information for your management or your clients. Nothing more, nothing less. And for yourself, it is the chance to show that you're doing a good job with managing the project and with precise stakeholder communication. Let's look at some reports that are out there and let me show you what most people do wrong. The first example shows a report with too much detail. Your management or your clients don't want to track your project plan. That's your job. They want to be informed how the project is doing. Moreover, this report is full of technical terms, which may not be understandable for your audience. And while this report shows how the project is doing time-wise, it leaves out critical information concerning your project's budget or scope. This report does show how the project is doing concerning time, cost, workload, and risk. However, it doesn't provide any explanation on why a certain indicator is red, green, or yellow. Your audience won't be able to understand anything that's going on within your project without giving them additional information. Also, for red indicators, there's no explanation on what issues caused this indicator to go red and no plan on how to resolve those issues. The last example I want to show you is often used in corporate environments. While it covers lots of angles on your project, it is a 5-page document. And guess what? Nobody wants to fill out a 5-page document each week, and nobody within management wants to read 5 pages on each project each week. You should avoid information overload at all costs. To sum it up, here are 6 things you should avoid creating your project status report. Too much information. Too little information, so your report can't be understood without additional comments. No interpretation on what the current status means for the progress of your project. Focus on past occurrences without an outlook on how the project will most likely go on. Pointing out problems without proposing solutions on how to fix them. And confusing or changing formats for your report. Choose a setup and stick with it. Your management will be very thankful. So let's take a look on what should be covered within your report. Project health, which means information and visual interpretation on how the project is doing concerning time, scope, and budget. It is often helpful to include the previous status so your audience can see how the health of your project developed. Your project's progress. You need to give an update on what happened since your last report. Help your audience understand if this is good or bad and give them insights on what the consequences are. Roadblocks or needs for decisions. This is very important if your project faces some serious problems. You need to tell your management which problems need to be resolved and which decisions need to be made, and make it clear if you need their help resolving them. Project outlook. In addition to the detailed status update, you need to go back to a bird's eye view and wrap up how the project is doing overall and what is going to happen until the next project status report. If you have additional insights, like a risk assessment, detailed financials, or a high-level project plan, you should put them in the backup of your report, because your report should ideally only cover 1 page. Alright, let's take a look at two good examples on how to incorporate all necessary content into one report. This is the first example. Let me take you through it step by step. In the first row, there's all necessary metadata on the project. Its name, its project manager, a short summary on what the project is about, and the date the report has been created. This section is especially helpful for stakeholders overseeing multiple projects to get a grip on the project the report is about. For a quick overview on how the project is doing, the project health section covers all relevant dimensions: time, scope, budget, and an overall status, each with a colored indicator comparable to a traffic light and some comments right next to it explaining the current status. On the right side, there are some bullet points showing what progress has been accomplished since the last report. It is vital to form precise and self-explanatory sentences so that everyone reading the report understands what's going on. Down below, there's an overview on the most important project milestones. Each milestone is shown with a scheduled plan date and a current forecast. Your audience can easily see if a milestone has already been reached, if it will be met on plan, or delay should be expected. Colored indicators like green or red make it easier for your audience to understand how you're doing time-wise. Right next to it, there's space for listing crucial issues or risks. Keep in mind to always present an action plan on how to fix a particular issue or encounter an identified risk. If you don't have an action plan yet or need help for your management, here's the place to ask for support. The last piece of content is an outlook on what tasks will be focused until the next report. Did you notice the headline on the chart? It's an action title summing up the current status in one or two short sentences. These types of headlines are way more powerful than your average descriptive headline saying "Status Report for Project X." If you want to learn more about how to write action titles, check out our video on action titles in the description. The second example follows a similar pattern. It reduces information on project health, issues, and risks in favor of additional information on financial aspects. It also starts with all necessary metadata. The project status section below gives a quick overview on how the project is doing, including a traffic light for overall project health. Right next to it, there's information on what has been accomplished since the last report and what decisions are needed from the management. Keep in mind that the color of your traffic light needs to be explained by your comments on the right side. Also, if you encountered a roadblock or problem within your project, here's the place to ask for help. Down below, you'll find an overview on all phases of the project. Instead of timing, it focuses on project financials. For each phase, there's planned budget, actual budget, and a forecast on what budget will be needed to complete the respective phase. Colored indicators provide a quick overview on where the original plan will be met and where there will be over or underspendings. It finishes with an outlook on next steps and also includes an action title summing up the current project status. You can download both examples as PowerPoint templates for your own use. You'll find the download link in the description of this video. So, now that we're at the end of this video, let's wrap it up with a quick checklist for your next status report. Does it include all relevant content? Metadata, progress, project health, etc. Is each sentence self-explanatory? Can you back up each sentence with details if necessary? Does anything raise up questions? Do you deliver answers proactively? Do you ask for decisions if needed? And did you cover scope, time, and budget? Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to receive more tips on how to improve your PowerPoint skills. It will help us a lot.